Is it live? Because right now it's live. It's saying we're live. Okay. So welcome back, everybody, to a Tuesday night live. I can see there's quite a few people in chat already. Well, the usual crowd. This week, we're doing something totally different. Look at my beard. Yeah, it's forked in the middle. Anyway, so we're doing something totally different this week. We are going to be pouring some resin. Let's see if I can mute that. There we go. Otherwise, I'll be hearing myself. So earworm tonight is the one and only Dale from Maple Tree Studios.
Hello. Oh, bearded man, he have fucked face.
So there's going to be no noise tonight. There's no turn-in. It's going to be a nice, easy live. I'm not entirely sure it's going to make it 2 hours. I don't know. We might be able to drag it out a little bit if you lot want to hang around. That's okay, Dale. What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
Peroni.
Peroni. Right. Oh, okay. I did think of having one, but yeah, I'm not a drinker, so I might make stupid noises and stupid comments if I drink. And scare all my subscribers away.
Let me get you a couple of beers. Let me get you a few. Let me get you a few beers. That might be hilarious.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna put you backstage if that's all right. Well, back there. You still here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at this.
Been relegated.
This is a part of my shop that you don't usually see. That is the wall of death right there. So that is the wall that I usually practice throwing knives, axes, screwdrivers. I mean, there's even a stake here that Thomas made when he was playing with the draw knife. Anyway, so to tonight's live. So while I sort myself out, do you want to go through Dale and have a look?
I will indeed. I will do the honors, young man. Okay. For as far back as I can see, and bear in mind, I can't see that far back, so we'll start with him. So, because the chat's been scrolling off, so they have a lovely Tommy from Tommy's Workshop. We have the Wood Jedi himself. They have a lovely Mr. Wayne Clasper. We have John S. We have Circular Keith by Wood. We have Tim from How to Make. And he has a question, which is what are you thinking at the Record Power Maxi one? So we'll come back to that one. I think he's talking to young Wayne. Wayne, you should be here to answer these questions, I feel. Wood Wizardry by Collins in. Douglas Mungham's in. Hi, Douglas. The Beard 16's in. You should say hello to him. Jeff Christie. Jeff Christie's in. Paul Kavanagh. Oh, where are we now? We're moving down the list a bit more. We're finding Ruben from Ruben's Woodcraft. They have a lovely Wendy from Tempest Crafts. Hello, Wendy. We have Wendy's been very talkative. She said hello to a whole bunch of people there. That's slowed me down tremendously. Very communicative and very friendly is Wendy. Keep talking. Oh, the Doug is in from Polbarn. Hi, Doug. Barry WC, you know what I mean, and that's not a toilet. That's obviously Barry's Wood Creations is in. Going down a bit further, IDR is in from IDR Wood Turning. I think that's Ian, if memory serves. Going down a bit more, I think we're sort of catching up and all this stuff now. And there may be some people I've missed, and if I have, I apologize. It's kind of scrolled off the screen. I kind of arrived late to the party, kind of thing. I had to get some beer. Oh, I've had a message from Wayne. He says he would love to join as an earworm.
Cool. I'll send you the link, Wayne. Right, bear with me, guys. And then I'll
Rob from Robocop himself. Rob CP is in.
Hi, Rob. Right.
We have the dude from Bude, Mr. Mark Beckett. Hello, Mark. We have Ghost Wolf is in. I forget Ghost's real name, and I apologise for that. Father Beards is in. Mr. Colin Bennett.
Hi, Dad.
Hodgepodge is in.
Right, there you go, Wayne. I've sent to you. I don't know if... Right, okay. Right. Okay. Shall I explain what we're going to be doing tonight?
Go on.
So, like I
Tell me,
said,
because you only just started to
uh,
explain it to me before everybody came in.
until we nearly forgot it was 8 o'clock, like I did
Yeah.
last week. First of all, was it last week I made the walking stick top? It was, wasn't it?
I think so.
Was it? And I did tell people, I did promise people. Oh, let's just get Wayne in. There's Wayne.
Wayne.
Oh, Wayne. Right.
You don't get me playing with my willy. I mean, my minor willy.
So we did
Well, young
promise.
man, how are you?
Grant.
Actually, let's change camera so you can see it the way. Right.
Just popping out the chat.
Okay, so what I did was I wrapped this piece of leather around the top because I think it's a lot more comfortable. I mean, you can see that it's actually the ferrule's inside there, so you can't see it. But that's finished now, sanded. It actually feels really lovely on the hand. And what I've done is I've got some of the chestnut spirit stains. Are they spirit stains? The coloured ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of ebonized the stick itself, and then sanded it down so I got a bit of the wood showing through, and then just chucked all different colours to give it kind of a. You can't see it, can you? You can't see the colours there. I suppose you can there.
Not to the same
Yeah,
level.
it's coming through a little
Kind of
bit.
get a hint.
And then I gave it about 6 coats of plastic lacquer. So it's really thick. The lacquer is, it's plastic. So if it falls over, it's got a dent. But you know what? I like it.
Totally. I like it as well.
But since doing this, I have found out that you can buy this type of
A question.
stick that you put
I have a question. I think it's an important question. Have you been? Have you? I mean, you do realise that for lockdown, you're likely not to be able to be allowed to go to Stonehenge this Christmas. You know, I mean, there'll be no lurking around there, around Saturnalia or whatever the other one is at the end of the year. You'll have to stay home. So you have to polish your shaft at home.
Yeah.
Your walking stick.
Oh, my walking stick. No, this is for hiking. I don't go to Stonehenge anymore because I can't handle the amount of idiots that go there and disgrace the word pagan. Anyway, I'll leave that where it is.
We have got some stone circles in Scotland as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. It's called East Kilbride.
Right, I'm going to just go through what we're going to do. So, quite a while ago, and if Craft Resin are watching, I do apologise. They sent me this as a gift to try out. I haven't used it yet in a video, and I thought ideal video for tonight. So it's the Craft Resin high gloss epoxy clear coat, low viscosity, and 24-hour curing time. But I'm going to be putting this in the pressure pot. I don't know if you have to put this in the pressure pot. I think because it's low viscosity, it might be too thick.
In some respect, if it's low viscosity, it means it isn't very thick. Yeah.
Sorry?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Low viscosity is
not thick. Not thick.
Right. That's right. High viscosity is thick. That's right. Sorry, I do apologise. So
you need to force the air bubbles out. That's why you would put it in a pressure pot. This stuff should probably, de-aerate quite well.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't force the air bubbles out. It compresses the air bubbles.
That's right. Yeah. So it's part A, part B. Easy. You just chuck it in. I'm going to need, because this is the container that we're going to be using tonight, 300 millilitres. So we're going to be using a jug, and we're going to be mixing it in there. Right. First of all, anyone that follows me on Instagram, Facebook may have seen
Rich, just a quick one from Wendy there. She says, no, you don't need a pressure pot, but it helps.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Wendy. I've got the pressure pot over there, so I will be using it. Right. So let's just change this camera. So I made this a while back. This was a couple of years at least. It's been sitting on the well, it's been screwed into the sticker board for all that time, and this is the top of a walking stick that I made. It's not got a fancy ferrule or anything like that. It's just was a hook that I cut the top off. So it was the end of a piece of spalted wood that I broke, and then I put loads of paint on it and glitter and stuff, and then put some polyester resin on it. But as you can see, it turned out quite nice. It reminds me of, like, I don't know, jagged hills, jagged cliffs and stuff like that. So, but this was
for my feeble brain, and speaking probably from a position of my own inner demons, it reminds me of something that's radioactive. Hashtag just saying.
I did actually have this on the top of a staff, and when I used to go camping with the scouts, they all wanted to share it. I mean, they had it more than I did, and I needed it. So, but they wanted, like, you know, a cool stick. So, what I've got is, I went on a hike a couple of weeks back, when the day we found the dead body, actually, and I picked this piece of driftwood up off of the beach. If you can see that.
That's really cool.
If you look really closely, you might not be able to see it because it's out of focus, but there's tiny little swirls and there's all sorts in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this, not totally. I'm going to totally cover it. I'm going to seal it with this 2-minute epoxy stuff, and then I'm going to paint over it.
It's just out the camera there, Rich. Can you drop it down a wee bit?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, there you go.
So I'll let you know who's come in the chat since we gave the last update. Wacky Works is in. We have going down, John N's in, TJ Turning's in, Robert Dolman's in, Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's back in again. We have scrolling down a bit more. We have, I think,
don't miss Jennifer. Whatever you do, don't.
I was about to say there's somebody here says the name's Jennifer Stroughton. We'll have to establish some evidence if that's true or not. And like I say, we have, obviously, as we go down a bit further, I think that's it. Oh, Shop Dog's in. How you doing?
Oh, how you doing, everyone?
There is a question from Ruben, Rich, going back to your hiking staff with the ring on the top.
Yeah.
How strong is that resin topper? Would it break if it falls on its side?
No, it's acrylic. So acrylic will dent. It won't. It take a hell of a lot of a force to break it. It's not brittle. Acrylic's not brittle. I don't know if you ever turned it, but it comes off in lovely ribbons, and it's plastic.
It has pretty good compressive strength. Its tensile strength, however, is a little questionable. We have a question though from Wendy, and I will try to give this the tone that it deserves. The day we found the dead body, WTF?
Yes, I found a dead body, a jumper. Someone committed suicide off of Old Airy Rocks, and I happened to find it. So, okay. So what I've done is I've cut the bottom off, because I am going to glue this onto the. I've got a ferrule. This is one of the ones that breaks apart and all that. So I'm not sure what stick I'm going to put this on yet. So I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm going to glue this onto this block of wood here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want to see that protruding through the bottom of a nice clear piece of resin. So it's kind of just to give it just to break it up. And then this is going to kind of go like, I don't know, some weird shape. I haven't got a clue. So first of all, I'm going to glue this on. Then we're going to mix some 2-part epoxy, quick drying stuff, paint it on all the little, everywhere I can possibly find, just to seal this piece of wood. I have done this before with other wood, and the bubbles have just come out, and it's just ruined it.
Use beer juice. Oops, I said that out loud.
So this is my little clamp that I used for using my vise. And what this is going to do, this is just going to sit on top there, like so. Right, let's move this lot out of the way. Let's stick a bit of glue on there.
Bit of glue, you say?
If you don't glue this on, it'll float, I reckon.
Yeah. Is it quite low density, do you think?
Well, I think it floated onto the beach.
Ah.
You'll probably find it if it did. Well, it probably did at one point have sap in it. With the amount of time it's been in the sea, it probably doesn't have any more.
Yeah, it is really, really hard wood though. But you know what I'm going to do? Before I actually do anything, I'm going to take a little photograph of this because I'll put it on my Instagram, because you can't see what I can see on camera there. Right, look at that.
Put it in your
Right.
community page on side Facebook. That way everyone who's connected with the video will be able to see it too. With direct connect, with direct, you know, so your Instagram audience and your Facebook, your YouTube audience will be able to get it too. You can post that in real time.
Yeah.
Folks, nick over to the Beard 16's community page and watch for this post coming out.
Right. I'll do that now.
I've just fiddled with another willy here. Just saying,
nice.
hashtag.
Don't want to be doing that too much.
Well, it's a case
Go blind.
As long as it's not mine, I won't go blind.
Well, you don't want to be.
I'm good sex. I mean, it's just dangerous territory, isn't it?
I'm not going down that road.
Yeah, it's a dark alleyway.
I was going to screenshot a t-shirt picture for you earlier on, Dylan. Totally went out of my head, and I can't find it anymore now. Would have made a brilliant scroll saw project.
Go on. When you find it later, sir, flick it over and I'll have a look.
Right, so.
Okay. I missed Jake coming in.
Hey, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Right. So
Being in the sheds then?
Well, that's just dry now. I'm going to chuck this onto my community.
Young Benjamin's in. Mo Valley Makers in. I don't think I've missed anyone else. I think we're all good. We're all good for the Jakes, and we're all good for copper carving by Jake. You're Jake, it sounds like.
Okay, right. Post. So that's on my community.
Drinking beer, Jake.
Anyone wants to have a little look? It is quite fascinating.
So,
right.
To find the community page, it's on the Beard 16 channel. If you go to the Beard 16 channel right now and you haven't subscribed, please do while you're there. But go to community and you'll see the public available community page. You should see that picture. They are connected with the channel.
Right, I've not used this two-part epoxy before.
That, folks, was a disclaimer.
Well, the reason I'm using this fast stuff, is because it's clear.
Yeah.
And if you use the Gorilla Glue, it's yellow. So
yeah, some of the cheap ones you get from Aldi and Lidl are sort of yellowish as well.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's epoxy they're giving you, and they're not trying to fob you off with something like like cow snot?
Probably, yeah, probably. I won't put it past them.
Bogies, what you've got there in the tube is you've got bovine bogies. Yes, not so much Gorilla Glue, but bovine glue.
Nothing wrong with a bit of bovine glue. I've had lots of it. Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
I was going back to
Robinson.
my farming days when I used to spend a lot of my time with my arm
Oh
in
my.
compromising positions with the bovine. So I don't know if you can see
Creatures
what I'm
great and
doing.
rich. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, right. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to push all this in to all these pores. I can actually feel it thickening. That's why I only mixed a little bit of it. You see it okay on camera?
Yeah, it looks fine. You're right in the centre there, Rich.
Oh. That's why I put this piece here, because if I'm on this, you can see me. So I've got another video coming out in the next couple of days.
Cool.
And it's going to be a box, a tarot card box. So look out for that, if you don't mind. Share it out a bit, get it some views.
Live and let die. Bing. That's whenever I think of tarot cards, I have to think of Jane. Jane Seymour. Oh yes. Elegant lady. To this very day.
Deal. Can I just say it? Stop now. You'll get marked.
Yes.
No, it's not Mark I've got to worry about. It's when Huey turns up.
Especially when you got a handful of those willies you're working on.
Mate, all of these willies are lying down. There's none of them standing up.
Jennifer has said it looks like an elephant stood on its hind legs.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can see that. I can actually see that. Bar.
I'm not going to totally cover this in paint. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a cheeky, I don't know, just a touch up here and there.
Jake's had a cheeky name change. He's now back as Jake's Works.
Jake's Works.
Mark, I want you to ponder just for a moment Jane Seymour in the movie Live and Let Die, the James Bond movie. Just pause and reflect on that image for a moment. He said, "Who, what, when, what am I missing?" That's it. But do not feel free to step beyond wherever you want to go, but not in public.
Is
Jake's
that
works.
Jake,
He glues himself to everything, does Tim? Yes, that's
is.
Jake.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he's just said that you tend to glue yourself to everything.
Oh, what? Sorry?
I've seen evidence of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm terrible. I am, yeah. Yeah, well, there you go.
You could do these willies as fridge magnets. En masse. Just saying.
Fridge magnets? Lathe magnets?
Oh no, too big for a lathe magnet. But I might do another batch. A little bit smaller for fridge magnets.
Okay, right. So that's done. I actually used that little bit went so far. Totally covered it. So we're going to leave that just for a minute there, just to dry.
Colin has said it reminds him of the Thinker.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
Yeah, I think you.
Is that the one where he's sitting on the Kazi, or is it the posh one where he's not?
It's the posh one, Deal.
Yeah, he's taking the knee.
Not the Stinker, the Thinker.
Right. While that's drying, I need to waste a little bit of time. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be putting it upside down in there. So that, I mean, it's quite a nice size blank to turn. I didn't mention, actually, next week, it's going to be a two-parter. It's a 24-hour curing time. So I will resist turning it until next week, and we'll turn it live. And we might even put it on staff live as well.
You're going to be able to resist it.
Excellent.
I will. It'll be worth a two-parter. I might even download it and make it into a video as well. Well, I've just look at that. You can't see it. I've just put it on my community page, so you can have a look at it. Right, so the pressure pot I'm using. Yep.
I need to pass on this information. Mark has allowed himself to venture wildly around his own imagination. He's arrived at. He said, "Domino." Oh, and then he went, "Not domino, solitaire." No.
Yeah. So this is the. Oh crap! I wish there was a.
So Jake's just said we've got recording to do also, so we could smash out the stuff video.
Yes, we have got recording to do tomorrow for the box. Yeah, so the pressure pot I'm using, it's a 5 litre. Is it 5 litre?
I thought yours was a 10. I thought yours was a 10
I'm
and mine
sorry.
was a 20.
Yes, mine's a 10 litre. And it is from just down the road from me, actually. At oh my God, what's it called? I'm losing my marbles now.
Didn't I get mine from the same place, or if you go? So I need to go look at mine if you're going to ask me that question.
It's not the House of Resin, is it?
House of Resin, yeah.
No.
Well, I was thinking of
the. Mine isn't from House of Resin.
Yeah, Metal Clay they go by as well, don't they?
Mine is
Metal Clay.
Fortima pressure tank.
But they're literally
www.2uv.com.
Yeah, mine is www.2uv.com. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for mine. We're the same place.
Okay.
Protima. Yeah.
That's it. Awesome machine.
I didn't realise that House of Resin was so close. I mean, they're literally down Wareham, which is about 5 miles away. They are expensive, but if you can justify buying one, and you do a lot of resin work, they're a must-have.
There's a fantastic video by the ever lovely Jake Thompson about how to make your own pressure pot using spray paint ones for doing spraying.
Yeah, I've got one.
It's worth checking out. It's worth checking out.
I bought the spray paint one second hand for £25.
All right.
The tanks are so much cheaper, and it's quite a reasonable cost to convert them. You do need to be a little bit brave because obviously you're dealing with relatively high pressures, but the tank itself will be more than capable of handling. You just need to make sure you do your fittings right. And Jake's video talks about it in a great deal of a great amount of detail. If you don't want to pay for a pre-made one, you can do the job with other equipment.
I think the 10 litre one, I'm not sure how much you pay for yours, Dale, but I think these are about 280 for the 10 litre.
Mine was over the 300 mark. I don't remember where it was. I don't remember quite where it was.
Okay, right. So we've got colours. So I'm thinking
Wendy's
of
saying she needs lessons on how to use her air compressor.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Wendy. My inner demons went nuts with possible answers to that. All of them involving the word blow in some fashion.
What's my dad say? Have the cleanest eyes in the world, if anyone. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking
I think he was referring to Shop Dog there. Mark, Shop Dog Workshop, saying sorry, was away for a bit there in the shop polishing on the lathe.
Oh, okay. So we've got violet, we've got red, and I'm thinking maybe a bit of crimson. I know that's like kind of red, but just to tone it down a bit.
Sneaks in.
Hi, Sneaks. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Clive. Woof woof bark bark.
Yeah, he can't.
Oh, wrong Clive.
He's actually busy mixing resin as well. So
Cool.
he's just saying a good evening to everybody.
I find I have to. I mean, if anyone goes into anyone's live, I always put hi to everyone because it takes me so long to type stuff. By the time I've typed everyone's names, the live is over. So don't think I'm being funny if I just say hi to everybody. And I know that's part of the live. It's part of the live, isn't it? But I'm just so slow at typing. Right, that is nearly dry. How long has that been? It says it's
Just a couple of few minutes, that's all.
Do you want me to keep an eye on it for you?
Go on in. I'll just hold it there for you.
All right. So 20. That's 2031. How long do we need to keep it there? 5 minutes? A few minutes?
5 minutes.
Or how long? What's the cure time?
5 minutes. Okay. It is touch dry already.
I tell you, seeing as how that's dark already, Rich, some iridescent paint would look really cool on that.
Do you think because will that be okay encapsulated in resin?
Yep.
In resin? Will it? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that then.
Just let it dry for a little bit before you do things.
I can put the heat gun on
it. Has
it
to be dry though. I mean, if you don't put it in, if you put it in wet or it's, what'll happen is it'll likely carry some moisture, which will expand inside the pressure pot. So, as long as you're willing to let it dry before it goes in the pot, before you do the rest of the pour, go for it. Otherwise, in for a penny, in for a pound. You could probably have put the paints on it after it was for blacked up.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a load of iridescent out, and I'm going to let you guys pick them.
Does Cheryl know you've got them? Does Cheryl know you've got them?
These are Cheryl's paints, by the way. They're not mine.
Tell her.
Don't yes, whatever you do, don't tell. Otherwise, I'm a dead man walking. Okay.
It's okay, Rich. You'll not need a lot. It only needs to go on fairly thin. It will dry fairly quick. And if you put it on thin, you can use the hot air gun on it. It shouldn't bubble up if it's on very thin. Marcus said, the wood is from the sea, so use blue.
Okay, that's totally makes sense. So what I'm going to do is...
That's for the paint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. Okay. Don't know. See, what are you going to do with the base? You've got a waste piece down there. You're going to keep any of that waste piece? You turn it off.
So I'm going to turn the waste, because I want it kind of like a globe kind of shape, but more taller.
Yeah.
This is going to be the very bottom of the. You're going to see the wood basically. I'm going to take it down to the wood because the wood is then going to be polished.
Okay.
Let's change the camera. Right, I need some help, guys. What colours do you reckon? I mean,
Mark's suggestion of blue is pretty good for the base.
Okay.
Not the cerise.
Cerise. The pink.
Cerise. Yeah, that's a bloody awful colour. That is.
Okay.
Is that a professional assessment? Is that a professional assessment, Wayne?
Yeah, it is. It is. After using it quite a lot, it is a professional assessment. Yes.
Dear Terry.
Yeah, I just love colour. So, shall we go? Let's have a look. Who's in the chat? Come on, guys, give me some help here.
The wood is from the sea, so
Smith's
we'll use blue.
So 2 people have said blue.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me just make sure you're sure of this, because you've got 2 different bits of wood there. So you're either going to do all of it blue, you're going to do the dark bit blue. I mean, you've got an opportunity there to mix it up a tiny bit with the 2 different pieces. Is it, emerging from the sea inside the clear? I mean,
And
what's
you
the
have
plan?
got a darker blue there as well.
You do.
That where? That's purple.
That one. Oh, is that one purple?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's purple. Yeah. The idea is, I'm not going to totally cover it. I'm going to be giving it like in all the cracks.
Just some highlights.
The color is only really going to be in all the cracks. I don't want the color on the larger pieces. So
I think you'll lose the blue in the darker piece. That's why I'm resisting agreeing with everybody. I think the blue will vanish into that. You might just, you can try it. You can wipe it off. But I just think the blue will vanish.
The thing is with iridescents is that they do tend to stand out over a dark background.
They do, but they're usually a really strong difference. Like greens on red, on timber and all that sort of stuff. It's just that's an awfully dark background, if you know what I mean. So give it a go, Wayne. I'm sorry. Give it a go, Rich. See what you get. I'd be leaning towards the reds and the oranges. It's just me, perhaps.
Robert Hodgepodge is asking what color is the resin going to be, or are you just keeping it clear?
No, it's crystal clear. Crystal clear. I don't know if anyone. I'm just going to explain this again because people have come in since, I think. How many got watching? 42. So this is the top of a staff that I made years ago. It's polyester resin, and all I did was I snapped a piece of wood, which was some spalted wood, and then stuck all the paint in, and then the glitter, and that's it really. So it's definitely going to be clear. I mean, if it wasn't clear, then you wouldn't see what was inside of it unless it was opaque. Not opaque, translucent, is it? Transparent. All right.
But I'm just gonna make an obvious comment. The seas, that most of the seas in the world are an azure or a greeny blue, whatever you are, sort of thing. They're rarely, blue. You've got to usually go somewhere special for that, and even then, it's more of an azure. Hashtag just saying.
Right, Rich, have you got anything sort of quite dark lying around that you could stick some paint onto for a bit of a practice?
Just to see what it looks like, because let's not rule it out because we've no idea what that color actually
let's not go. Let's not go ruining the piece. There you go.
There we go. I'm polishing my willy.
Oh, that sounds painful. Right then, let's.
He seems to like it rough.
So this is the yellow. Oh crap!
When that dries, it's going to be I've used the yellow before. It's much less strong as a yellow.
So this is the green.
Yeah, Mr. Stacey Smith is in the chat, and so is Stephen Jobbins.
I do like that green. That green is lovely.
Green's quite the color. But let's try the blues and the reds, the purples, pink and yellow, and I can't remember the rest of that.
The blues.
No, yours said pink.
I'm putting the green aside because I'm definitely going with the green. This is the pink. The pink has got like a bluish color altering. Yeah, I like that. What would that go with the green? So this
is the check.
Okay, so the purple's just going to get lost, I think.
Yeah, that's really dark.
And this is
the blue is very blue, the yellow is very yellow, and the red. So what do we think, folks?
I know you know what.
I'm looking at the blue and green.
There's the cerise, just for you, Wayne.
Cheers.
Cerise isn't bad, but I'm quite liking the red. Was it the red? Quite liking the red. It's got a purpley tinge to it. I'm liking the green. The blue is very blue, but as you can see the iridescence coming out as it starts to dry. Even at this early stage, you can see it coming out. Wendy's going for blue and green.
I think I'll agree with Wendy, actually. I was just thinking that myself. Definitely. Yep. I think the blue and the green, because they will mix as well. Let's just have a little look at this a second.
Circular Keith by wood is in blue and green.
Can you just brush some of that? Yeah.
So I think the green. Well, the green's a lot more powerful.
You are brushing one over the other, so
yeah, I would probably do it separately, to tell you the truth, and maybe just a wee bit of blending in. But try thinning that out with the brush, Rich, just to see how it looks when it's thinned out a bit. Just to see if it's still going to hold the colour over the black.
Yeah, I think it is. You can. Not the
green is very overpowering, or there's a lot less blue there than red green.
Douglas has said blue with green and yellow mixed. If you do blue and green with yellow mixed, you're just going to get a lighter green. Really.
Yeah. See, the yellow is a lot more powerful than the green. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll go with the green and then see what happens.
And then accent it with the blue, like Mark and everybody said.
Yeah,
I definitely think blue is part of the story. I definitely do, but it's very blue.
Yeah, rather than have it mixed.
Yeah.
Just sort of predominantly green with some blue highlights.
I think that's something we can all get behind.
Yeah.
Right.
Question, please, from Rob CP. Oh, after you, Win.
If you put a colour on and you didn't like it, could you wipe it off and try a different colour? Yes. You could actually wipe it off with a damp sponge or a damp cloth, because it is water-based.
See, however it turns out is however it turns out. I'm a great believer in if that's the way it wants to go.
Tell you the truth, Rich, it doesn't really matter. It's going to look good anyway.
Yeah, I think it is.
Once it's cast in the resin and once it's turned, it's going to look good anyway.
Yeah.
Mike the Midnight Joker's in, and Shug's in as well.
Shug, I've got something for you to think about. Mark, the gentleman Woodtown, has already passed his thoughts on this. I've got a small phrase for you. Domino from Live and Let Die. And we'll just leave that there.
Right. I'm just going to grab my heat gun.
Oh, wait, you're going to heat these things up? Oh, this might be entertaining. You be careful. That epoxy might just catch fire if it's not gone completely off.
Oh, no, yeah, and it will start to go the opposite way.
It'll be entertaining. It'll definitely be entertaining.
You know what? I can't actually.
I'm not sure. It's not necessarily the outcome you're seeking, though. Mo Valley Maker says solitaire, not domino. Huey, solitaire from Live and Let Die. My apologies. You're absolutely right.
Oh, idiots will be setting fireworks up again. Rich, have you got an air gun on your compressor?
I have, yeah.
Because you could actually do swirls and things with the paint by using the air gun on the compressor, as long as it's not set too high.
Yeah, it is set high.
Have you got an airbrush compressor?
No, I haven't.
All right, okay.
I gave it back to my dad. I borrowed it off my dad and gave it back to him.
All right.
Give it back to him. Keep it until he asks. He is, of course, the father of fields.
That kind of just blew it to pieces, look.
Yeah.
pretty cool though. Well, just wait a minute. That's quite a cool effect though. Look at that. Look at the shine and the green.
See now
look
that
at
works,
that.
Rich. All you have you got an air pressure adjuster on the compressor on that airline?
That's pretty cool, man.
So let's just turn that right down.
If you turn that down to 30 or so.
Lewis the Klondike I'll get my teeth in now. Lewis the Klondike Craftsman is in. Sorry, Lewis.
Evening, Lewis.
Right, okay, let's have a look at that. Move that out of the way. That's really interesting.
Pretty cool.
Right,
pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, on the virtual crafty weekend, the next virtual crafty weekend, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing one of the cosmic cloud balls. I just thought I'd mention it.
I do like Mr. Low's work.
I like Gary as well. He's brilliant. But see, I think that works. Looking at that, you get the colours blending into each other, and I think that works.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I better planning for that, Rich, and that would really be awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking what I could do is if I was to do what I was going to do, but get it in right deep inside. Let's get it on camera. So push it right deep into these parts, and then have it overspill onto the sides, just so it kind of. You know what?
Do you have? So I mean, you could put the drops into the other holes and then let it slightly dry, and then blast it from a distance to have it emerging from the holes.
Yeah.
Or on the high spots, do it the other way around. Find a high spot, put the color on it, and then blast it over the surface.
See, I'm quite liking the look of this here. The purple.
So, Mara, to tell you the truth.
Yep. Good mix is always good. Purpley, kind of bluish. I mean, you've got that kind of mix there, but it's really made up from the blue, the purple, and the red. So you'll have to mix that. And then blow it. If you look at it, one of them's slightly drier than the others, so you're getting a layered effect.
The thing is that you don't really need a lot for it to spread out, and plus when you're blowing it, you're actually drying it as well.
And thinning it so it stops moving.
Yeah.
Right then. Okay. Let's.
Have a wee think about it, Rich, before you do anything.
Yeah.
Have a wee think about what you want to do, what you want to achieve.
I do
Bottom if it goes wrong.
It won't go wrong. It'll go out it wants to go, I think. I'm going to use... I don't want it to turn out like this, because I've already done this green. So I'm going to just go with... Sorry, Wayne, but I just like that. You read that.
No, that's fine. Hey, Rich, it's your piece.
Sure. You can handle your piece however you like. Sir, I mean, I'm here handling my willies. You can do your piece the way you want.
Yeah, Keith is asking, can you blow it off the paper onto the wood? You can, Keith, but you do tend to get a more of a speckled effect when you do that.
And Wendy, Toonfish Craft says, Rich, go with your gut. I don't remember seeing any brown there, Rich. So you might want to do that.
Right. What I'm going to do, hold on tight, guys. I'm just going to lower this because I want you to see what I'm doing.
If you want to go faster.
Right, so there we go. Hopefully you can see. My compressor's on. Yeah, okay. I've got an idea. Right.
Douglas is asking, could you put blobs of paint then below?
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to blob it in there. And I'm going to force it into all the little holes. Oh, who's that?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Maybe the blue light. Maybe the blue lighty turnery.
Hi, Scott.
Actually, I'll take that back. It's the blue light tumbler.
Good evening, Scott.
Evening, boys.
Evening.
It's the blue light tumbler, innit?
Mate, you lot have got to save me.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas
I have a question
shopping.
on. I think Benjamin. Wait. I think Benjamin might be on the same. Maybe subconsciously picking this up, but I have a genuinely serious question, Richard, and I need you to answer this with absolute honesty and to the best of your ability. What the hell are you doing with British extra thick, double fresh double cream in your workshop?
I'm doing nothing because if I had that, I would blow up like Aunt Marge from Harry Potter.
You know, I mean, I realise it is one of your kryptonites, so you know, I thought I'd ask. You know, what I mean, hashtag worried for you.
So no one in the chat delivers for Amazon, do they?
No.
I don't know. Clive doesn't deliver for Amazon, doesn't he? He does something else. So no.
That's right, because I'm going out Saturday. £421 later, all the kids' Christmas presents are done.
Boom.
Amazon are gonna love me.
Well, you know, as long as they all don't turn up on the same day. You know what'll happen though? They'll all turn up with different drivers.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Every payday, I order the supplies for the month, and then over the next 5 days, the house fills up with cardboard boxes, and 8 million delivery men arrive.
You know what? They'll be like, "Yep, you got to stay in for the next 3 weeks between 5 and 12 or whatever it is."
Oh, that's the post office you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. Be careful.
See, I only ever order from Amazon. When I've got no firelighters left, that's the only time I order from Amazon, so I can have cardboard to light the fire in the workshop.
We'll send it all up to you then, Wayne.
Oh, cheers.
Man, every month kind of thing. The amount of cardboard we get, because we order everything. So we do. Can't remember the last time I set foot in an actual shop. Really? Actually, I tell a lie. Axminster. There we go. You know,
I made an Axminster order.
The last time you probably set foot in a shop to buy something apart from Axminster was when everybody was down for the weekend at your place.
I mean, I've been in Axminster subsequently, but you're right neck of the woods, sir.
Yeah, you just got back from the shop because I was sitting in the car in the driveway when you got back
with a car full of crap. I mean,
is that handmade vice, Rich?
Yeah. All it is, it's I clamp it in my my woodworking vise, and it holds things for me because it's basswood. It won't damage anything either.
It's an idea, isn't it? So did you get much scrolling done this afternoon, Dale?
I've been playing with willies for an hour or two.
Been playing with willies. I've been shaving in pencils.
You got sick of playing with the skew.
Yeah, skew. To be fair, I had a wee play with the skew sort of thing, but after the 20th or 30th catch, I can't remember, I lost count. I thought we'll put this down for a bit. But we're definitely improving. We've gone down from the hundreds of catches, so we're definitely getting our eye on. Improvements are being improvements in accuracy are going up. Still after the sphere though, Wayne. I'm still trying to do the sphere with the
All right.
with the skew. That seems to be that's definitely the nemesis.
Are you ready for this?
Goal, is
Let's
it?
see. That's pretty cool, man. Look at that.
No.
Yeah.
Go on.
Terry's
Enter,
having an early Christmas present delivered on Thursday.
He's getting a chocolate orange. He's getting a chocolate
No.
orange.
No, he's
Terry's
getting a new
chocolate
lathe.
orange.
Oh,
okay.
Right, excuse me, I'm just going to go and be sick.
Excuse me, like it. See what you did there?
Yeah, Terry, you've got to wait till
I've got a
Christmas Day to play with it.
I've got
It's
a
got that
t-shirt for that.
orange. Oh, I heard the rumor. You know what I mean? We're here all week, people. Tip your waiting staff.
There we go, look at that.
That's
So what
interesting.
Wow. Was that a compressor, or do you have have you been to the industrial department at Ann Summers? I mean, what was that?
Oh dear me.
That runs on a compressor, mate. Yeah, from the industrial, like they have for the jackhammers on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my compressor.
So Scott, when you said jackhammer there, did you really mean a windy pick?
I think he means a tango. I think he means an air compressed tango.
Have you never heard of a windy pick?
No.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard of a windy pick. That's why I was trying to translate for Scott. A windy pick. It's a tango, mate.
A Kango.
No,
tango.
A wind.
You know what a tango is?
You were talking about the jackhammer working off the compressor.
Yep.
That's what a windy pick is.
Oh, right.
Windy pick. Okay. And a tango is another name for it, where, quite literally is. But there was a company called Tango for a while, and it's kind of stuck.
All right, I don't know if you can see. Is that out of focus? You can see out.
No, that's in focus.
Not for me. I've obviously too much beer.
Let's try the other camera.
There's a little bit of a dark shadow, Rich. Do you have like a light you can bring light to the bonjour, Jean-Claude?
Hi, Barry.
Well, that's better, Rich. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Look at that.
Boom.
I'm liking that a lot.
Yeah, lovely. You know what it reminds me of?
As
coral
and
yeah.
And the kind of color seaweed starts to change color, like the kelp changes color when it's drying in the sun.
Yeah, I will put. I like that.
It's pretty cool, man.
I do have some good ideas once in a while.
Careful now.
And what I did was I got those 4 colours, and I was literally just working my way in from the corners just to pull the colour in, so it mixed it evenly. Okay, right. Let's give that a little bit of a dry.
Mole Valley Maker son, he feels the urge for dairy milk.
I've got a notion for Terry's chocolate orange. I'm not lying.
Yeah, I'll get a few at Christmas. I always do.
Cheryl likes the dark chocolate orange. They do a dark one there as well.
They're wrong.
I like the normal ones, but I like them too much.
Don't tap it.
Each segment just fits in your mouth quite nicely.
No, you can get more than one segment in your mouth.
Oh, that's drying different. The colour's changed.
That's iridescent.
So this is why I have Wayne on my show, guys, because he comes up with some good ideas.
I thought it was for his devilishly good looks. I thought it was for his devilishly good
So
looks.
did I.
Bloody hell. Fucking hell.
So that's we're not meant to talk about, are we, Dale?
Smart and pretty. I mean, what chance have you got?
I think that'll be just about dry now.
Yeah, what I am going to do, though, I'm going to put a little bit more on that base because I don't want to see the wood through it.
Good Lord, there's Jennifer Stratton.
Again.
Hi, Jennifer.
I wrote her name
I think
down.
that might be the real one. Wendy is indeed a purple girl. She is indeed purple girl.
Oh, definitely.
We do like the mad purple hair. We definitely do.
Yeah. She would like Cheryl's hair at the moment, then, because Cheryl's is purple on top and blue underneath.
Now I've got a question. I have a question.
Yeah. No,
did
underneath
she go in?
On her head.
Did she go in? I was going to say, did she go in for a blue rinse and it went wrong?
No.
A blue rinse. Oh, I think Cheryl's a bit young for a blue rinse.
Well, that's where I was going with this. I was going to expand on that, going because she's a bit young for blue rinse. I could see. You know,
we used to give kids at school a blue rinse.
What, down the toilet?
Yeah.
That's blue loo.
Have it.
Oh. Yeah. I don't think people wanted to give Thomas a blue rinse recently.
No, I bet he's got a whole different a different thing at school now, I bet you.
Well, yeah, he was suspended for the day, Friday.
What, because of it?
No, it's another complication. Someone obviously, Thomas had some issue in the playground, and the next on the Thursday, the Friday morning, he went in and he went up to the guy and says, "Look, no, I'm sorry, let's just be friends." And the guy
took umbrage
up to his face and pushed him. So obviously Thomas knows that, you know, if he's in your striking distance, no, I shouldn't say that. If he's in your personal space, then he can strike him away. He can do a preemptive strike, not a hard one, just to push him out of his personal space.
Yep.
Well, it ended up with this Thomas doing that, and this guy coming up windmilling with his eyes closed in Thomas's direction. So I got a phone from the school at like 9:30 saying, "Can you come pick Thomas up? Can he be suspended for defending himself?" Anyway.
I would have said, yeah, not a problem.
No, he's all right. I let him on Xbox all day. I was like, "Well done, son. You know, defend yourself. That's fine. I'll stick with you. If ever you start to bully people or you do something, you know, that's aggressive, if you're the aggressor, then there'll be problems."
Oh, that is so cool.
Really cool.
You drying your beard or you drying it?
I air dry my beard in the natural air. You know, I go outside 7 acres and let the winds dry my beard.
I have performed an entire train of comedy jokes to that, but most of them I can't do.
Right. Okay, let's see what happens there.
Steve Jobbins has put in hashtag rich smashing parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem nowadays is people don't know their rights, and the kids get bullied at school. People get bullied at work. You know, and people don't know that they can defend themselves. Well, Scott, you'll agree with me here. I know you
Yep.
will. You know, if you can
Section 3 of
justify
the Criminal Law Act. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
a person may use force, blah 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 blah. But anyway,
Reasonable.
yes,
Yeah,
reasonable
that's reasonably necessary.
in the circumstances. So with equal force, if someone wants to punch you in the face, you can punch them back in the face. But what you wouldn't do is, if they punch you in the face and then walk away, then you punch them in the back, then you're the aggressor because you're going after them. So.
Right, Hodgepodge has said the other kid was probably jealous. Thomas has such a cool dad with such a wicked beard.
It probably was. It probably was. I'll agree with you there. Right, guys. So we're just waiting for this to dry now. I'm going to change the camera. It is.
Oh,
tacky.
Steve's in. SK Crafts.
Steve.
Evening, Steve.
Mr. Crafts.
So it is kind of dry. Oh, it is
So what
dry.
resin did you use, Rich?
For
He used Wayne Bogey's resin.
for sealing it, I use this stuff. Quick setting MX Bomb, whatever that is. And the reason I didn't use
Two-part epoxy.
yeah, it's 2-part. Yeah, the reason I didn't use the Gorilla Glue is because I didn't want the yellow tinge. This is clear.
Yep.
Whereas Gorilla Glue's got one side is yellow, which it's cheaper than Gorilla Glue as well. Not that I've got loads of the Gorilla Glue, so I wouldn't have to pay for it. And then we're going to be putting it into this craft resin that they sent me. I've been trying to warm the workshop up for the past couple of hours, just so that the pressure pot warms up a little bit. It's not quite freezing cold. That'd be okay.
Put the thing in and then take it in the house.
Yeah. Oh yeah, couldn't I?
Just make sure you don't spill it, or put in a pressure pot in the house, and then full of crap. Yes, just make sure you don't spill it on the inside.
Well, what I'll do is when I put it in, it's going to be going in like that. Let's just move this camera up a little bit. Ugh. It's going to be going upside down like that. And the resin is only going to come to about halfway up that piece of wood. So if it does kind of move, it'll be fine. Right. How are we doing
Rob
for time?
CP's got alive. I think you're 9:10, sir. 21:08 precisely. Beep, beep, beep. In third stroke.
The time sponsored by Acorist will be.
That's dry now.
One. Oh. Cobbins.
It's shiny. I'm really looking forward to
Shiny.
turning this.
Rob's going live at 12 noon on Saturday after Ed finishes.
Go.
Oh. What am I doing? Trying to put them away.
Saturdays are really busy now. There's a choice of people to view all day long, pretty much.
Right, so that pad is going to go in the pressure pot.
Aussies from very early through to the Americans very late.
And then the following Saturday is the Virtually Crafty, isn't it?
No, not this Saturday.
No, I said the following Saturday.
Oh, sorry, Scott. Misheard you.
Okay, so just while we're waiting for that to dry a little bit longer, let's just talk about who's coming up. So, excuse me, Wayne, you anyone coming up lunchtime tomorrow? Anyone doing a live?
So.
I don't think so.
So it'll be you on the evening at 8 o'clock then.
Yeah, me tomorrow night.
Right. So what are you going to be doing?
I've got a nice piece of oak fir today, so I'll be doing a dish out of that.
Nice. And then Thursday, anyone Thursday lunchtime?
No, Steve's usually on Thursday lunchtime, but he's working this week, so Thursday lunchtime this week certainly is free.
Yeah. And obviously we've got Carly. No, we haven't. We've got Keith. I'm invading Keith with a pre-URL. Thursday, 8 o'clock.
That'll take you about 4 hours.
Yeah. Are you live Thursday evening?
I am.
Okay. So we will be wrapped up by past, as normal.
Good luck.
Okay.
There's an accusation in that case. Just hashtag just saying.
Keith likes to talk.
Yeah, Keith will have to behave himself then, because we only have half an hour.
Steve's saying if no one wants to do a lunchtime Thursday, I'll put a video up.
Cool.
Nothing's stopping you putting a video up anyway, mate.
No.
What are you doing Thursday then?
I am repurposing one of Wayne's pieces.
Oh, I've done that. I've got one upstairs.
So
yeah, remember the ones I took down to Deals Rich?
Yeah. That's what I did. I did one of them.
Yeah, I'm hoping Wayne's going to come in and give me some inspiration. Otherwise, this massive
I'll be in there.
This massive platter might turn up as a saucer.
So Hodgepodge, it's just ordered some Bluetooth earbuds so you can listen to live.
Cool.
Okay.
I was with a dirty big set of speakers.
Cool.
So
Wendy's got a video out tonight.
Cool. We'll look at
Cool,
that.
Wendy.
You
right if I put a link in for it?
Right. Colin's just said that Mark said he might do one on Thursday. Live on Thursday.
Did he?
Yeah, it won't clash with SK Craft.
Unless anyone else wants to, I might do a pop-up Thursday, Mark says.
Another
for
video that will be coming out on my channel soon is it is how to repair a chuck. So on one of my lives, I think it might have been the week before last, or I don't know, but I somehow dropped my SK80. Circular Wood by Keith, he got in touch with me after and says, right, this is the problem. So today I've ordered the bit. So I'll take the chuck apart, clean it, repair it, put it back together, and it'll go up as a video in case anyone ever else has the same issue.
Excellent.
So,
good video.
If an SK80 is 80 because it's 80 mil across the face, 80 mil across the face.
Yeah.
Is Steve an SK 6'3"? Just a question. It's just a question.
Okay. I'll let Steve answer that.
There's a link to Wendy's live. Wendy's video, sorry.
Cool. Yeah, so they had the part. I ordered it today, so it'll be here within 3 days, and it'll come out after the next. Oh yes, I got your parcel today as well, Scott. So I can. Me and Jake have been waiting to get this video finished, but we had one vital part that was missing, and that is this.
The piano hinge.
Piano hinge that I was waiting for.
Which makes me laugh. Because everything I sent second class got delivered yesterday. Everything I sent first class got delivered today. What is the point?
And I got the blue pen as well.
But you know, the difference is the second class has to kind of rough it. Because in first class parcels, they get a little bit of a lounge, they get an in-truck meal, you know what I mean? There's different waitresses, there's proper tea sets when you're they're in the truck, you know what I mean? That's what's going on. You're treating the parcels better with first class. It's got nothing to do with speed. Wendy will confirm that.
Rich, Jake's asking if you want a cup of tea.
A cup of tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
mate.
why not?
Why
not?
2 sugars, please?
That'll be a good video, I think. I'm hoping it will because.
What, Jake making tea?
No. Oh, Jake's making a cup of tea.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Making tea.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please, Jake. That'll be great, thanks. Right, shall we mix some resin? That is gone dry now.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. I could just lick it. Look at that.
Don't lick it.
Shall I take a picture?
Don't lick it. Take a picture
I'll
of
tell
you
you what.
licking it. Put it on your community.
I'll tell you what. You can all be in this one, actually. Okay. Let's
We've
just put
got
that.
Gav Sadir Woodworking. Good evening.
Who?
Participants.
Hello, Gav.
Right. I'm going to do an Instagram post live with you lot in there as well.
Who's us lot?
In the chat, everyone in the chat that is actually
Splendid.
chatting. That is chatting. Okay, right. Let's do. How do we do this now? Right. So we go there, and we go to. Oh no, we don't. They've changed this, haven't they?
No, not really. Not recently.
So do I do it to my story then, or post? Oh no, post. Gallery, camera.
Action.
Oh, I don't know how to do it.
Under photo, mate. So don't go to gallery, go to photo.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Aha. Right then. There we go. We're recording. We've only got a minute. So there you go. There it is. So everyone in the live, that's there, look. That's it. This is Tuesday Night Live's effort. I hope it turns out nice. There you go. Right, shared that to Instagram. I will put my Instagram on the bottom there as well. Shall we pour some resin now? What do you reckon?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think Wendy earlier on said once you've got the resin poured and into the pressure pot, take the pressure pot into the house overnight to keep it warm.
Yeah, it's the same thing I said, which is I'll keep it warm, but you've got to make sure you don't spill it.
So we've got part A there, part B. I'm going to leave part B's lid on because I don't get it mixed up with part A lid. Otherwise it will stick to itself on it. So we need 300 mil, thereabouts.
300 mil?
Is that 300 mil of each or 150 mil of each?
No, 150.
Is it by volume or is it by weight?
By volume, equal parts. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do 200 mil in total because I can always add some more down the side, can't I? Right. Okay, there's the two. I just love resin, but it's expensive, isn't it? That is part A, isn't it? Okay. Right. So part B.
Jim Overton's actually got a insulated cupboard that he puts his pressure pot into.
For all the right reasons too.
Mm.
You could do an insulated cupboard in one of those heaters, greenhouse heaters. Keep the temperature stable.
Yeah, he showed me that actually. It's got
it's worth noting that because you're pumping pressure into it, you are creating a much better conductor than it is like in a vacuum chamber. In a vacuum chamber, you're sucking it out, but in this one, you're effectively densifying the air, so it'll conduct the cold and the heat better. So you don't need anywhere near the same amount of heating to heat up the inside, because it's actually literally it's denser air, so it conducts the heat better.
And you've got the chemical reaction between the A and the B that heats up as well.
Exactly right. Exactly
Yeah,
right. It's controlling that
Bavarian
heat.
heater.
Yep. And Wendy's suggesting gloves, Rich?
Gloves? Me? No. I don't
With
need
his
gloves.
reputation, cod, stirring resin live on YouTube. I should, Coco.
No, I'm not actually touching it, look. And I'm definitely not licking this to see what it tastes like.
Tastes like just raisins.
It actually smells nice. It smells nice.
Ben's asking, and I'm taking this after it's been poured. Will it stick to the jug, or will it just break off? Any residue left in the jug?
It'll break off, I would imagine.
Well, the thing to do with the jug, Rich, is the thing to do with the jug. Are you going to pour it? You're going to keep it in the jug, or are you going to use the jug for pouring?
No,
you're just going to use it to pour into the mold, right?
Yeah,
when you finish with it, when you finish doing the pouring, set the jug up so it continues to pour out over another container. That way, the resin will run out, and the actual coating in the inside will be considerably less.
Yeah.
Gav is asking, can anyone explain pour depth, i.e., 10mm pour? Sorry if I can't explain my question properly.
You're talking about how much so 10, when people start talking about 10mm pours, etc., they're talking about how much you can pour in a single coating of the resin you're using. And I think Wendy answers this to some extent, which is it totally depends on the type of resin you're using. Some resins will quite let you pour to 70mm with no hassle. Others are 1 or 2mm. And if you pour too much, they get too hot. Or in the case of UV ones, they don't allow the UV polymerization process to take place. So it's completely in the context of the type of resin you're using. So it is. Resins made specifically for river tables will let you be quite deep, and other resins, such as UV resins, you have to be ultra thin. So it really does depend on the resin itself and the application you're intending to use it for. If it's a river table, get resin that lends itself to that.
I think the stuff for river tables doesn't heat up that much.
Stuff I buy is for river tables usually. I've got some Alumilite, but most of the stuff I get I would use for river tables because I pour on flat surfaces. So, but if I was Wendy's the lady to talk to, in Wendy's case, she does 3D objects.
Lewis has said Alumilite Clear Slow eliminates that problem.
Again,
I believe the Alumilite Clear Slow is a slow setting one, so it actually allows you can use it sometimes without a pressure pot because it allows the bubbles all to go to the surface.
It's the, I mean the it depends again, and the clear cast is quite forgiving, and that's based from Alumilite.
Quite interesting.
But it really does depend. Really does depend upon what you're doing. The Alumilite slow does have to be used with a pressure pot, but it's the viscosity that allows the air bubbles to escape. So if you've got thin stuff, it lets the air bubbles out, whereas slow is really the setup time.
And Wendy is saying, but clear slow you can't get in the UK.
Not by.
Okay, that's thoroughly mixed now. Have I just? Can I someone speak? My headphones
Hello?
just went. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, we should have all have kept quiet there. We should all have kept quiet and messed with them for a little while.
Wendy has said, try Booba. That's a new resin, and it's made in Sheffield.
I'm a fan of Depon, which is a German resin, which again works really well across river tables, etc. So it's got quite low viscosity, so you can kind of pour it flat, and the air bubbles, apart from as long as you break the surface tension, the air bubbles will pop out quite well. It's got a really long setup time, which helps. But if you're going to do 3D casting, the recommendation would be use a pressure pot if you can.
It said on the thing that Rich is using there, there's low viscosity. That actually looks quite
Should be quite
viscous,
thin.
that does.
Yeah.
Well, that looks quite viscous.
Oh, mate, you should see some of the other stuff I've tried.
All right, okay.
That's pouring.
Mhm.
You know. But when you've scooped it all out, mate, just leave it tipped up, and it'll start running through into something else, and it should do a really good job of cleaning itself out.
Yeah.
Particularly because that as a plastic is much harder. But it might, you know, as Wendy was alluding to, and I agree, it's a case of if you don't get most of it out, it becomes keen to stay attached. So you might want to make sure it comes out, because it will start heating up, and there's a possibility of bonding.
Mhm. I am thinking.
Paul, I would agree. House of Resin would be where I would go if I was looking for a Lumilite. I'd certainly hit up the House of Resin.
I am going to need to mix a little bit more.
Yeah, need a little bit more in there, Rich, I think.
So what we're going to do is
Tiny bit. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, Richard. You probably get a little bit of working time on it. I don't know what it says in the bottle, but you probably get about 20 minutes working time if it's low viscosity. I mean, I don't know the brand at all, really, so I'm guessing.
So I'm going to do. Oh.
What did you pour last time?
I did 200.
200. So you're probably in the ballpark of 20.
Yeah, but
So,
what I don't want to do now is get two different mixtures. Right, let's find. Right, bear with me.
And Wendy's saying House of Resin will be getting the new deep pour resin from Illumilite.
still hideously expensive.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing.
Hit up Depon if you want to buy a lot of resin. They do some awesome stuff. Actually, let me find a link for them if you don't know about them, folks.
So I'm going to suck up.
Where is it? You're going to what with a who?
He's being
suck it up.
He's going to hold on a minute now, kind of thing. Steady on there, boy. I'm going to find this resin that I use pretty much.
It's not sucking. Not su oh, it is. It is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put. How much is that? 15. Let's put 15 in there.
Wendy is saying that Booba is really cheap.
Folks, have a look at that stuff. So that's 6 kilos of Dipon DE epoxy plast. That stuff is UV stable. I mean, for £56, current exchange rate, you know, I mean, you're getting 6 kilos, and it's a 2-to-1 ratio mix. You can use it for a whole raft of stuff, particularly river tables, countertops, and all that kind of good gear. Check it out. Pretty cool gear, and they do a range of stuff, the company, so check them out. The German, which means the Europeans, the prices are pretty cool. I recommend.
Wendy is answering
I use it all the
Ben.
time.
Wendy is answering Ben, saying, in her opinion, glass cast is a bubble magnet.
I cannot comment on my experience of glass cast from my perspective has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. But I don't use a lot of it, so I mean, I can't comment. Whereas the Rivercast stuff works. It doesn't. It's epoxy, so its smell is practically non-existent. But you're conscious of it coming off. You're conscious of the fact that it is outgassing. As all resin does, the minute it mixes, the minute the catalyst goes in, you're conscious of it starting to outgas on you. Even if you don't smell them, sooner or later your head tells you you've been breathing it in.
Jake Thompson did a really good video, didn't he, on degassing resin?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's another 15 there now.
I think Claire's Crafty Corners latest video used that Uber resin.
Wendy has said Vuba doesn't smell, and Mole Valley Maker has said Vuba £28 for 3 kilogram. And Wendy has also said Vuba is heat resistant up to 95%. Lewis has said that was the silicon for Mold Scott, referring to Jake's video.
All right.
He did do one on outgassing. He did do one for outgassing and resin.
Yeah.
But when he was talking about setup times and things like that, I seem to recall. Steve Coombs is in the chat. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve. Right, okay, so that might be enough.
The Dipon stuff, Wendy, will set up 100% within 24 hours. Get some and try it, mate. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you want to do a range of resins. And like I say, the European company.
Ian in the shed is asked a very sensible question here. What size would 3 kilogram of resin make?
Then it's a question. I think 3 kilograms is equivalent to liters, so you can kind of work out what sort of solid volume you would get. Water, a liter of water is equivalent to a liter to a kilogram. So you can kind of work out 3 liters of a 3-liter bottle of juice will give you the idea. A 3-liter bottle of fizzy pop.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've just done is I've just mixed another 30 milliliters just to go up to the top of that piece of wood. And I've used these syringes. I've got loads of these. They're great big syringes that paramedics use to flush people's noses and stuff. And I don't know. Oh yeah, I've got a whole box.
Are they 20s or 50s?
These are 60s.
60s.
Yeah. I have got a load of the little hypodermics. Yeah.
Not
that we fill them up in the summer, keep them in our pockets and shoot each other with them. Honest.
You can use it. You can use similar types of baking syringes as well.
I've got tons of these. These are hypodermics.
Yeah.
So the little 2.5 mil with the hypodermic needle. I'm not a drug addict, but I've got them for doing.
They come in bloody handy.
They do, yeah.
Say we only use a 50 ml syringe in a resus when we need to give fluid bolus, or if someone's having a hypo, then for some mad reason, glucose comes in 500 ml bags, but you only give it to them 50 ml at a time. And 9 times out of 10, the maximum you'll use is 100 ml. So 40 ml going in 400 ml going in the bin.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Isn't it?
Just make smaller bags.
Ian has said, so A 3 kilogram of resin is around about 30 by 10 by 10 centimeters.
I think we passed in the ships in the night on that comment. I think myself and MVM kind of answered. So roughly speaking, it's equivalent to a 3-liter bottle.
3
Roughly,
litre bottle.
a solid entity, or you can kind of spin it out and lay it out across, and it kind of you'll probably get around 2 meters square, a couple of millimeters, something like
that. Right. So just going to let that drip into there a minute. Let's have a little look.
Sure
Ian understands now. He's thanked both UDeal and MVM.
Splendid, splendid. High five, MVM.
How many factories have you had this afternoon, Dale?
None yet.
Ah.
None. Dale is at the moment. Dale is drinking his Christmas delivery of beer.
Okay.
We're going to Wingyip soon. We're going to Wingyip soon, Wayne. So the great thing about going to Wingyip is the warehouse. There's a warehouse filled with Asian beer, and I will go absolutely bananas in there, kind of thing. There'll be 2 trolleys. There'll be one for the foods, and then there'll be one for all the Asian beers. You know, I mean, a healthy smattering of Tiger and Asahi.
I must go into Wingyip. I keep driving past it all the time when I'm at work. Never been in there.
You could tag along with us one day, as long as you keep your social distancing.
Is it all like
across
Asian
the world
food, or is it?
So Asia's a very broad term. It's a very broad term. You know, I mean, Asian food in this case. They do mean they split it up into by country. So obviously Chinese, Malaysian, but they've got Thai, Chinese, Korean, Japanese. So you kind of be able to go in. We love it because obviously, you know, I mean, we live in Asian food. But it's a freezer section. The freezer section makes it worthwhile. You get shark and swordfish and all those things that you'll never get in Asia.
Excellent.
The point of view in terms of big steaks of fish, which makes it worthwhile. But yeah,
the best place up here is the huge Chinese supermarket up in Glasgow.
Siwu.
Yeah, Siwu. That's
what it's called. Siwu. Yep.
Yeah, it is
great
absolutely brilliant.
It's a bit far if we move to Maybole, mind you, but you know, nonetheless.
Well, I know it's a bit far from me, but
an excuse to build a portable freezer for the boot of the car, I think.
Just buy one of those Tesco's delivery vans.
Yes, MVM, exactly. Wingyip and Croydon, just on the Pearly Way.
You can use the freezer section for your freezer food, and the non-freezer section you can use for collecting your wood blanks. Job done.
There you go. I mean, that's it. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, right then.
Cup of char.
Chocolate.
Lovely.
Are you finishing up, or can I get another beer open?
No, grab a beer. I mean, I'm not finishing up. I'm going to put this in here, and then we can have a little chat or whatever. If people want to hang about.
Willies while you're doing that.
Yeah, you play with your willies all you like, Dale.
Rich, remember to turn your compressor back up for doing the pressure pot.
Oh, yeah. Idiot. Not you, it's me.
I say, oh boy. Have you had a bit of a lie down since then?
Right, so if you use a pressure pot, these pressure pots come with this lovely insert. What you don't want to do is get resin in there. So if you get like a piece of cloth or something, pop that in there.
Just to let if people don't know, is the inner pot that you've got there, is that domed in the bottom or flat in the bottom?
Flat. It's flat. Yeah.
It's flat. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have seen some of them that come domed.
Oh, that'd be interesting because you wouldn't be able to put things flat in there. You'd have to build a.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, it's flat. It just actually makes it really easy to pull the stuff out as well. If you when you can put it in on the side there and then lower this into your pressure pot if it's on the floor. That's what I'm going to
Terry's
do.
asking a question. Does the resin
Definitely.
shrink? Does the resin shrink at all on curing? I.e., do you have to add a bit more to allow for shrinkage?
Ooh, I don't know about this stuff. I have no idea. I think Wendy's probably the best person to answer that in here.
Another question, Rich. If you're moving the pot, try to, it says, lodge the casting so it doesn't fall over.
Yeah, that's why I was just looking for
In other words,
something
jam them in.
to put in there. Yeah, I was just looking around the workshop for bits to put in there. Maybe put a box on that side down there. Or what I could do.
And Mole Valley has said, if it does, you end up with a Doug-style second pour.
Okay.
Okay, right, so
Times it did though.
that's there.
Robert
Your
Hodgepodge
mic
has
near
said,
your nose tail.
yes, with
Right,
wood
mate.
that is under pressure, it will push into the wood grain. Not in this case, Hodgepodge, because Rich has actually sealed the wood with the two-part epoxy glue.
What was the question, Scott?
I said, is your mic near your nose?
No. It was
It was
worse than
sounding.
that.
It was sounding Darth Vader.
Vaderish. Oh, use the force, Luke.
It was worse than that. It wasn't up your nose, was it?
No. It was properly in the gob.
Give it a lick. Tastes like raisin. Do you know what? I don't care that my wife had a whinge about my heater.
Did you? Did she know? Did you find out?
You want
Did
to
you
talk
tell her?
about it?
No,
Huh?
but she's going, the electric's been going down really quick this week. No, love. I haven't got a 2 kilowatt space heater in my workshop.
Your dad's asking, Rich, your dad's asking, I'm going to try and translate this because I think he's been hitting the keyboard wrong. Does the resin get hot when you've mixed it?
Should we have a look? I'll go and get my temperature thingy. Right,
I
bear with
think
me,
it
guys.
does because
He's getting it out.
I think it does because of the chemical reaction.
Reg, if you're getting that out, we're going to ask you to put it on your head first. See if you've got the COVIDs.
Yeah, there's a good point. Lewis has said, Rich, put a bit of weight on the top of the clamp there so it doesn't lift up in the resin.
I don't think he's anyone near us, mate. I'm not sure he hears us. Let's make sure we remind
All right,
him when
okay.
he comes back. You're toggle on
Right.
it.
Headphones. Earphones, whatever they're called. Earpods.
Right. Lewis, the Corn-Dyed Craftsman, says what you should do is drink the contents of the pressure pot. He said you should get a couple of digestives and dip it in alongside it just to give it an extra little pizzazz, you know. Alright, so that might not be what he said. What was it, Wayne?
What he said was, Rich, put some weight on the top of the clamp. No, an actual
No, I
lump of weight.
I know that, but I'm worried if that slips off, it's gonna take. No, that'll be
Do you
all
have
right.
a bowl?
That's fine.
Do you have a bowl?
Yeah.
And
It's okay.
big bowl. Got a bowl on top of it, upside down.
He's put a weight on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
That's
bowl is less.
Right.
You know what I mean, though? If you had a bowl in there roughly the same size. All right, that's got to
Yeah.
go in your head first, Rich. Rich, that has to go in your head first. We've got to do we've all been in here socially mingling with you. We want to check you've not got the COVIDs.
Well, this is why I bought it, because when people come anywhere near my front door, they'll get a zap with this.
See if
But-
they
I've got
Alright,
one of them as well.
let's have a go on the COVIDs. Face
they
for
don't
COVID.
actually. I've kept it upstairs, right?
On the
let's have a look.
eyes.
Has he got?
On the
Has he got?
eyes.
Has he got a dose of the Miley Cyrus?
Believe it or not, I use one of them for my
The
pizza
eyes.
oven.
Right, so it is
Excuse me.
15.
See, I've got the COVID from you. Get.
So it's 16 degrees. That is.
16.
60.
Yeah.
It's a
We'll
bit
give
cold,
it
isn't
a-
it?
Good.
Well,
Better
let's
warm it
go
up.
Fahrenheit for our American friends.
No, don't do
Fahrenheit,
Fahrenheit. Let them work out.
60.4. I've never do
Not a proper
I've
measurement
never
of
do
temperature.
Fahrenheit.
Not a proper measurement of temperature.
Just to let you know, my pizza oven gets up to 650 degrees centigrade.
Oh,
Proper temperature there.
do you
That's a
reckon you
proper
could fire
temperature.
pots in there then?
When I cook a pizza in my pizza oven, it cooks in under 30 seconds.
Yeah. I'd like to build one.
Do it. Do a video.
I do apologise. I've just slept my tea.
Oh, what I would suggest is you do a video and any of the chickens that don't make it, hashtag just in.
I've already picked Christmas chicken. The little sod.
Ian in
good.
the shed.
Is this met with Chicken Mama's approval?
Ian in
Yeah.
the shed has said, "Don't you know those things wipe your brain and then plant a microchip in?" Somebody said it on Facebook, so it must be true. That was probably
Was
Karen.
it Karen? It
It was Karen. Yeah, it was Karen.
Big
Definitely.
Tam. It was a big Tam.
So that's gone to 16.2. We'll give it a minute. So this particular chicken, right? I'll tell you what happened the other night. I went to put them away, and we've got 32 chickens now. So they've got a big 2 meter by 2 meter coop where they've all got their own space because they're bitches.
Reg, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Can you say the word coop again, please?
Coop.
It's fine.
Coop. Anyway,
No. That's fine. Coop.
so they this one little sod, one boy stands guard at the front of the door, knowing very well I've got to go in the door to make sure everyone's in there and just check everything's out before I lock them away for the night. And he only come at me like a I don't know, as if it was a prison or
whirling
something.
dervish.
Yeah, he come at me, and then the next day he come at me again and started pecking at me. So he's the first one
Did
to
you
go
give
on
him?
the.
Did you give him the appropriate level of discouragement?
Yes, I did. I grabbed him round the throat and told him I'm the boss, not him. Without hurting him, obviously. Without hurting him, I just grabbed him round the throat and says, "Right, I'm the boss, not you."
Restraint. That's the language they use, isn't it?
Well,
Hey,
it's like
Douglas
a dog.
has said, Rich, you need to put it under pressure before it starts hardening.
Well, it's 24 hours, so let's do it.
No, well set up without hardening.
Right. Wendy said resin is very temperature dependent. It needs to be warm.
Yeah, it's going to go in the house. I'm just not sure about that.
And Lewis has said, pressure. Please put it under pressure.
I need to find the lid first, don't I? What have I done with the lid?
That would help.
Oh, well, there it is. There it is. So, Dale, have you still got that magnet I stuck on top of your pressure pot?
No. I had the magnet I put on the side of it still there.
Oh, right, because I put one of these on there. These big, great, round diadem or diad, whatever they're called.
No, I reckon JP's had it away with it, mate. The only magnet mine's the one I put for the spanner down the side.
That's it. That's why I put one of these on top for you. These big round ones.
Yeah. I've got a couple of those, elongated button magnets down the side doing the same trick.
Yeah. It's a great idea, though, isn't it? Because you know what I'm like, I would lose it straight away.
I mean, I'd lose it too. I'd wind up getting mixed in with other tools in some fashion, and then I'd lose track of it.
I don't like the idea of that weight and stuff.
I've got the Exorcist on the TV, which is just one mental on the bed.
Oh, have we had the pea soup moment?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's a wicked food, that is.
I love pea soup, pea and ham soup.
Magnets are wood turner's best friend.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Be alright if you come in my workshop and you've got a pacemaker. Don't go near the porridge. My
Depends if
magnets,
it's one of those ones you can hack. If it's one of those ones you can hack, I mean, they're pretty cool. You know, I mean, you can log into the pacemaker and turn the person up or down. It's fun.
I can turn them off.
Lewis has said, a quick suggestion, Rich, tighten opposite, like wheel nuts.
Yeah.
Like a cylinder head. Like a cylinder head.
Yeah, well, aye. But there's more than 4 on a cylinder head.
Yeah,
There is.
I know what you mean.
I'm never really sure how tight to
Keep
go
going
down
to the
with
point
it.
you can't turn it. Let me know if you can hear this, Scott. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
I'll leave it to later then. Oh. I looked at my camera link field when I turned that on.
Who's banging around outside my workshop?
Ian's just picked up some magnetic shades from Lidl's and he's made one for work. I've got loads of them, Ian.
Right, so we're at 70 there. Okay.
Right, Lewis
Right.
has said all this moving the pot is making him anxious. And Hodge has said, same here, Lewis. When is the reveal of the casting?
Next week, we're going to be turning it next week. And we're going to be putting
Next
it on.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to be putting it on a staff as well. Right, bear with me, chaps, please, everybody.
Wendy has just said, Rich, you only need 50 psi.
Oh, well, I'll give it a lecture. I'm expecting it to drop a little bit. So,
Yeah,
right,
because he's actually took it off the airline, so he hasn't got a constant feed going into the pressure pot. So he's took it off the airline, so it may well drop overnight.
It will, but it's going in the house. I can't keep the airline on in the house. Right, back in a minute.
So my idea was to put a bowl roughly the same size.
Yes.
So it can't lop over.
Yeah, less chance of moving about. Yeah, understand.
Yeah. That way it can't tip, so you've got to... Anyway, you get the idea. Yes, indeed. I tell you what, Scott, that stuff's absolutely mad, that paint.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's that, the black paint?
There's the high pressure stuff. I don't know if you saw the wide stuff I did the other day.
The wide stuff, yeah.
Oh my word. I mean, I've just covered the whole 70 centimeters with 2 blasts that lasted less than a second each. It's mad. Mad.
Deal used to have white walls.
It's now got black walls.
Dear Lord.
But the paint can slipped.
I mean, it is definitely. You could do a room with this stuff really quickly.
Don't let Clive get hold of it. You'll have a black dog.
No. It does empty the can pretty quickly, though, Scott. Just, word to the wise. It's not like you're just putting a little bit out. It is dumping the stuff out.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Coming up 5 to 10, Rich.
Cool. Oh, that's not bad then. How did I manage to stretch that out without
Quite
trying?
easily.
Right. Guys, you want to come on screen?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I've just seen a question.
What's it
Right. And it was from my dad. How much is activator for your super glue? I'll buy this in the pack. So it's I think I'll pay $4.99 for the pack of 2 or something like that. Maybe $3.99. It's not expensive, but it lasts ages.
Oh, hang on.
Well.
Lewis has just put in. Anyone seen Ben's works vacuum chamber lid implode? No, didn't see that.
Oh, yes, I have, yeah. Yeah, it's scary. Because when it goes, a piece of it comes and hits him just to the top of the head there, but I think it bounces off.
Yeah.
And you know how thick that perspex is.
Yeah.
And what it did was, it didn't realise, but later on in the video, it shows you why it happened. Is because where you've got the valve in the middle of the perspex, he tightened it down too hard or something, and there was a tiny, minute little crack.
There was a little crack in there.
And he didn't see it. You wouldn't have seen it. It was that tiny, and it just But let me have a little look. See if I can put the link in for you guys to watch later. If you've got one of these, it's worth doing your checks, making sure that it's up to.
Right. If anybody is thinking about getting into resin and wondering what the difference is between vacuum chambers and pressure pots, go over and watch Pete Brown. A lot of Pete Brown's videos. He actually does a video which shows the difference between a vacuum chamber and a pressure pot. And Dale is now stuck his willy in his pocket.
That's where he's supposed to live.
It's a gift that keeps on giving, so it is.
Right, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in the chat. If you want to, when this is finished, if you want to head over.
I'm sorry, John, I don't have a link. You would probably have to do a search. You probably have to go back quite a few videos to tell you the truth.
What's that for?
For the difference between vacuum and pressure. Right, basically, the difference between the two is you use vacuum to stabilize wood with cactus juice. So you take all of the air out of the wood and the cactus juice goes in. That's to stabilize the wood. So it takes all the moisture out there. You bake the wood after that as well to get it dried out properly. And then once you use your resin, you put that into a pressure pot. And that basically compresses all the bubbles. One sucks, one blows, but they're not used for the same reason. There's a total difference between the two of them. And this is from someone who doesn't use resin, and he still knows.
Yeah.
The stabilization process is worth doing, though. Even for using it to draw the moisture out is really worthwhile for some particularly spectacular, things.
Cactus
for a
juice
lot
is
of
not,
the for a lot of the for resin work, the wood has to be very, very dry to do the resin work when you're doing the hybrids, which is why it is beneficial to use the stabilizing process first.
Let's have a look at your dicks then, Dale.
No, I'm poking at your face. Look.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can give. Look at this. Monty Python sketch. A man with a tape recorder up his nose. What? Oh, one of. Yeah, there we go. Let me put them in a black surface kind of thing. We have. We're giving away a bunch of them. I think they're nearly all gone. But I had an idea for fridge magnets based on them, smaller ones like fridge magnets. So who knows? We might do a production run.
Yeah. Right. You know what? It's 2 hours. Shall we call it?
Yeah, it's been a bloody good live. That Rich really
just something
enjoyed
different
it.
again.
Bit of fun.
Yeah. So next week we'll be turning that. So we will be on the lathe next week, but we'll be turning that down and then assembling the walking staff.
Cool.
So right. So thanks to everyone that's come in, and hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you haven't been offended by any of the innuendos, because I've really enjoyed it.
And if you have, you can kiss my shiny metal ass.
That hasn't been that.
If you've been offended, we can arrange for you to go and kiss Dale's shiny arse.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what. No. I've got this one covered. Please, please, just show me some affection.
Oh,
And to tell you the truth, if you have been offended, come into my life tomorrow night and you will get offended again.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Oh, Willie and some affection just together. There we go.
Right. Thanks again, chaps, and thanks to everyone really for coming in, and thanks to you guys for earworming. I thought it was just
Rich.
on my own tonight. So thanks for coming in and rescuing me.
No worries, man. Anytime, Rich. Anytime.
Right, brilliant. Let's hit the button. And remember, guys, don't forget Keith. Certainly Wood by Keith. I'll be invading him Thursday night. Okay, and Wayne will be going live tomorrow night. Right, bye-bye.
I got some weird dodgy mug.
Oh, that's a dodgy looking mic.
It's a dodgy mug, isn't it?